Hello guys, welcome to Everything Metallurgy and welcome to day 19 of 100 days 100 concepts. And today I'm going to briefly explain you about Bernoulli's principle by using an example. That example gives you a pure idea of how Bernoulli principle can be applied to Venturi meter and a manometer assembly. Okay, so before going to the question, I just want to give you some brief statement about Bernoulli's theorem. So basically, the Bernoulli's principle or the Bernoulli's statement explains you that in a non-viscous steady state incompressible fluid or a flow, the sum of kinetic energy potential energy and the pressure energy, or you can also say the pressure or the flow. Okay, the sum of all these three different components is always constant along a streamline. Okay, what is a streamline? A same flow, that means it's not interrupted, right, along a streamline. And even if there is no external force or external energy that is acting or that is interacting with my system. Okay, so now you can read this particular statement. Bernoulli's principle: in a non-viscous steady state and incompressible flow, the sum of kinetic energy, potential energy and the pressure is always constant. When it is constant along a streamline if there is no external energy that is interacting with my system. Okay, so basically if you try to write down, so let's say this is my streamline which I have 0.1 and 0.2. so what you can write is, you can write P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus H1 yield will be equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus H2. Okay, so with the reference, let's say this is H1 and this is H2. Okay, so in a same streamline you will be observing this particular thing to be followed. Okay, so P by rho g plus V square by 2g plus H will be equal to constant. Okay, so this P by rho g term, okay, P by rho g is called pressure head. V square by 2g is called my velocity head, whereas what is the other one that I have? H is my potential head. So this is the three different components that you usually have. Okay, so you can always apply this in any particular application. So today I am going to explain you one important application using this particular question which was asked in GATE 2020 itself. Okay, so the question goes like this. So here it's showing you this particular figure of a Venturi meter. Okay, so it has a cross section area of around 100 mm square at A. Okay, so at A you have 100 mm square and at B you have 50 mm square, right? Now it's telling that here air is flowing. Okay, and it is connected, of course it is flowing at a flow rate of 10 power minus 3 meter cube per second, and the height h we have to calculate, h in the manometer. So firstly, quickly what you can do is, along this line, okay, along the center line of the Venturi meter, what you can do, you can easily calculate at these two ends. Okay, so at these two ends, in the sense at the two ends of my manometer, you can easily apply the Bernoulli's principle. So according to Bernoulli's, what can be written? So if you just take LCM and multiply, you can write P plus rho GH plus half rho V square will be a constant value, right? So now what is the required thing that you want? Velocity. So for velocity you can always use continuity equation. So what is continuity equation? So continuity equation tells you the flow rate is always constant and it is equal to the product of area into velocity, right? So Q is given as 10 power minus 3 to me, right, equal to A1 is given. What is A1? A1 is 100 mm square at A. Okay, so 100 into mm square, so if you convert it, you will get 10 power minus 6 into V1. So from this you will be getting how much? V1 is equal to 10 meter per second, right? Similarly, if you just use this particular thing from the same, you get V2 is equal to how much? 20 meter per second. So from this also you can directly get it, because the area is halved, the velocity will be doubled. Okay, now you got these two values of V1 and V2. Now we'll go to the next part, applying the Bernoulli's principle, right? So here at this particular level which I wanted to study, of course it is at a constant level, so the potential head, the height term will be same for the both the cases A and B, so it will be vanished. So this particular term won't be there when I am considering this particular streamline in the airflow, right? So what I can write is, for air I can write PA plus half rho V1 square will be equal to PB plus half rho V2 square, correct? This is what I can write. So from here I can always do PA minus PB, which is usually represented by delta P, will be equal to half density of air, it is given as 1, into V2 square minus V1 square, so it is 20 square minus 10 square. This will be equal to how much? So this is 400 minus 100, 300 by 2, you get 150. Delta P is 150. Okay, so please take care of the units also. Now I am proceeding with water. So here you can observe a line which I already drew over here. Okay, so this particular line which I already put it over there. Okay, this one. Okay, why I have drew that line? Because it is a manometer. So in a manometer you can always say that the pressure acting on the liquid, okay, here in our case it is what? Water, which is present in the manometer. So the pressure acting on the liquid present in the manometer is equal for a horizontal level, okay, which is connected by a same liquid, So here this part is sorted because we have only one liquid, which is water, which is filled into my manometer, correct? So what it is telling is, the pressure acting on a liquid in a horizontal level, which is connected by some same liquid, is equal. So at this point, let's say some PA, and at this point let's say this is PB, because of course we have this P and PB acting over here. So these two are equal. So the same Bernoulli can be applied, but in another fashion. So one more important thing that you have to know, that the liquid present should be static. That means it should be in its rest position. Okay, then and only we usually tell that there is a hydrostatic equilibrium. That means the pressures are equal at this particular horizontal level, right? Now let me just take the same diagram over here, something like this. Okay, and I have connected, right? Is it right? Okay, it comes somewhat something like this, and I have liquid, something like this. Okay, so now in manometer, as I already said, I can take any horizontal line. I am just interested to take this. Okay, so let's say this is my PA, this is my PB. That is acting on my liquid from the air flowing. Okay, so now what can I write apart from it? So apart from it, I can always write along with PA, what is the other force that I have? I also have this much amount of liquid above the particular height level, correct? So even that is required for us. So before proceeding, I just want to also give the delta H, okay, or H, which we have to calculate. See, this height is what we have to calculate, right? So that is H. Let me take this small heights to be small h. Okay, so if you see at A, apart from PA, we also have some liquid that is exerting some pressure on this particular horizontal line or the horizontal level. How can that be? Which is equal to rho into what is the liquid that is present, which is water. So let me write W into G into, I took it to be small h, correct? So this is the total pressure that is acting on this particular point. Okay, PA, the pressure of air that is acting on my body, on my liquid. Along with it, we also have this extra level of water that is present apart from air. So that is taken by this particular term, and this will be equal to what? The other side we have PB plus this part is the same, correct? So I can write rho W G H plus, what is the other thing that we are left with? We are left with these two now. Okay, so yeah, okay, so till here we can easily say that fine, PA and PB are there, but what about this H? So this H must also be taken care of. So in A side, what is that I have? I have air only. I don't have any water or any liquid present. So what I can write is, I can write rho A into G into height is capital H, right? This is what we have on this particular A side. Now, okay, on this side we have water now. So this side, if you see, this side is filled with water. So it will be rho W into G into capital H. So what we did here, we took three different components. One, the pressure acting from the air. Two, the pressure that is distributed throughout the height level inside the manometer. So in A case, we have two different components in that also. One is this thing which is filled with air, and the second part is filled with water. Whereas here in the second side, on the B side, apart from PB, we have water only completely. But we also divided to create some similarity with the other one, so we can easily compare and cancel out. So this thing here we have rho W G H, and here you have rho W G into capital H, right? So that's what we took over here. Now if you carefully observe, you have some identical terms. So this will be cancelled, this will be cancelled, right? So now what we are left with? We are left with PA minus PB is equal to, if you take GH common, you get W, rho W minus rho A into GH. So this is how the equation for the liquid that is present inside the manometer can be formed. Okay, so this is a small derivation that I think it will be beneficial and clear concept of Bernoulli in this particular problem. Right, now we all just calculated PA minus PB. Correct? How much is the PA minus PB that we calculated already by applying Bernoulli equation? 150. So just put it over here. 150 is equal to water. We all know it is actually given as 1000 minus 1 into G is 9.8 into H. This H is what we are interested to calculate, right? So H will be equal to 150 divided by 1000 minus 1 is 999 into 9.8. So if you do this, you will be getting approximately 0.01532 meter. So of course the question it's asked in mm. So if you want to convert into mm, just multiply by 1000, you get 15.32 mm, right? So this is how you actually solve the problems of venturi meter and manometer. So I hope this particular derivation, this particular video gave you a clear idea of how things work by using Bernoulli's principle, continuity equation, and also using that in my manometers, right? So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and for more such interesting concepts, please share with all the metallurgy gate aspirants. And I know this particular concept is very much confusing for many of them, because many of them requested me to do this video. So if you want to clear the concepts in all the metallurgy syllabus, do visit our website everythingmetallurgy.com and check out our video course, where you find, you know, brief, well explained and structured videos for all the gate metallurgy aspirants. So I hope I'll stop this video, and yeah, again, we are almost reached half century, so please go and check out website for the most affordable test series. Also for 799 rupees we are providing around 60 tests, right? So please go check out, and thanks for the support. Thanks for your incredible and constant support. Do keep supporting us so that we bring more and more content for gate metallurgy aspirants. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot for watching.